as it is. At least he did not say so, that he pronounced himself on the legality of that delegates conference of 60. I don't even know where the media picks it from. I have seen it somewhere in the media circles and some political discussions that quote cleared. The case is still before court. We filed a case as instructed by the National Delegates Conference on 19th to challenge the Delegates Conference of 60th. That case has not been heard, as you have heard from the statement. It has not been settled. It is still pending hearing. It's about the legality of that, the processes of that day. Until it is heard, it's disposed of in its finality. One cannot say that the Delegates Conference of 60th, I even hesitate to call it as such, that it was a lawful exercise, that meeting. So stop propagating falsehoods, starting with you, the media. You are reading too much into that ruling of Sekana. All he did was to refrain from granting temporary reliefs, but not to pronounce in finality on the legality of that particular meeting. We cited the provisions as they have been clearly highlighted in that the statement, section 23, article 23 and article 28, which clearly talk about a duly convened National Delegates Conference of the party. It has to be summoned or called by the national chairman who is here, and is the one to preside over the same. So you, the media, who are calling that Samaji meeting, some partida meeting as a delegates conference, please stop it. It's an insult to the fraternity, to the members of the FDC. Our constitution is very clear: for a delegates conference to sit, the national chairman has to preside over the same. And he was here on the 19th. That's why every effort had to be made on that day, including jumping over that fence to come and chair this delegates conference, to be valid within the parameters of the party constitution. Now you get a meeting presided over by somebody you don't know. If I ask you who presided over that Samuji meeting, which you are calling a delegates conference, who presided over the same? You mean any meeting which is called and somebody comes and presides over, it's an FDC delegates conference? That's not the case. So you should stop calling that meeting of 60th as a delegates conference, because it's not known within the meaning of the party constitution. It is not. Secondly, again, for emphasis sake, for the media who have fallen prey to the propaganda orchestrated, masterminded, and propagated by Nandala and the team that court cleared them. We want to emphasize that, because that's the only thing they are clinging on to get some credibility, to say, they were cleared by court. I want them to cite any particular line within that ruling that said, this meeting is lawful and it is called the delegates conference. It's not there. By the mere fact that the judge declined to grant the temporary relief on spurious grounds that we came later as explained here, which to him meant bad faith, she doesn't legalize the meeting. No. He simply declined to stop it, but he did not say it is lawful. You should be able to understand that. So having said that, we want to inform all and sundry, particularly the members of the party, the delegates conference that sat on 19th here at Katonga made resolutions which are still binding. They have not been set aside. We want to make it very clear. And amongst those resolutions, to put in place an interim leadership headed by none other than myself and the entire team, for a period of 6 months. And we are still legally existing by virtue of that particular resolution of the National Delegates Conference that worked within the parameters of the party constitution. That is number one. Two, the caravan is on. The program we rolled out Monday last week. It is on course. So it has not been set aside. And for the record, this same team, the Nandala, and their proxies who filed the application against them before Justice Esther Nambayo, happened to have returned to court on 4th of this month for a follow-up of their matter. And you check the record, I don't know why the media did not capture this. Justice Nambayo closed the matter and said, no, we cannot stop the delegates conference of 19th because it had already taken place. And she told them that the matter had been overtaken by events. So why are they not hyping it so much? They are not talking about that particular decision that was made. So this is the reason we have challenged you people, the media, who are talking about an order issued by Justice Nambayo. Justice Nambayo, stopping the delegates conference of 19th. It's not there. Look at the rules. The rules, the civil procedure rules, which were amended in 2019 by the Chief Justice, provide that an interim law order can last for only 3 days. That's what the rule says. Only 3 days. They appeared on the Friday preceding the week of 18th and 19th. I don't recall the date it was, but if Monday was 18th, so Friday was the 15th. Friday 15th, that's when they appeared to execute that consent order the Honorable Semjo has talked about. And it is the reason the judge indicated that it would last for only 3 days. And it expired on Monday 18th by operation of the law. It's in black and white in the rules, civil procedure rules, that an interim order can only last for 3 days. So it expired on 18th. The following day we went to our delegates conference. There was no new order. They went back on 4th of October and the judge told them that no, by a fraction of time, this matter has been overtaken by events. So they worked out of court. So where is the court order stopping the delegates conference of 19th? So we still maintain and insist the events of 19th have not been set aside, the delegates conference resolutions, and they have not been challenged. So our existence is lawful. That is the point we wanted to make. Until one comes up with a judgment nullifying the resolutions of 19th of September. It's the reason we are going ahead with our program, which I don't need to regurgitate or rather to repeat here, because it's well within your knowledge. It is in the public domain. We gave it to you. And one of the items on that particular program we wanted to emphasize is the fact that we are going to mobilize the Ugandans against the Museveni dictatorship, the family rule. And starting very soon, we are going to do it. And luckily enough, Yabakama has rolled out a new program for local council elections with nominations in November. We are going to actively participate in those elections for purposes of mobilizing people against the Museveni dynasty. Because that is a golden opportunity for us to reach out to the people. Because if they are the ones now who have announced this program, it's an exercise announced by the Electoral Commission, and it helps us to reach each and every village in this country. We have over 40,000 villages in this country. So that's a golden opportunity, and we are going to do so. So we are going to guide our members on how we are going to actively use those elections as a mobilizing tool against the Kaguta dynasty. So wait for our program. It's going to come out soon on how we are going to mobilize people using those particular elections. The rest of the programs remain as they were announced. And our call is that please, members, be firm, remain resolute, do not waver. We shall overcome all these challenges. Obviously, when you are dealing with the dictatorship of this nature, you are bound to suffer hiccups like we are encountering right now. It's normal. It's actually inevitable that you suffer such hiccups, such setbacks. But the struggle continues. The war is on. And sooner than later, we are just going to put the Nandala, the power by the wayside and confront the junta head on. Because we know them are just accomplices, just appendages of the junta. So ours is to take on the junta and usher in a genuine transition from the current family rule to a truly multi-party dispensation. We thank you. May God bless you.